According to a media report published early last week, Elon Musk's business SpaceX has teamed up with two blockchain companies to launch its Dogecoin-funded journey to the moon by early next year. Stay tuned to find out everything you need to know about how Dogecoin is funding SpaceX and their latest mission, along with other SpaceX news. Dogecoin funding SpaceX mission details. A Cointelegraph report published this past week has revealed that SpaceX has teamed up with two blockchain companies to launch a Dogecoin-funded moon expedition by early next year. According to the media report, Unizen, a smart exchange ecosystem, and ZenX, a decentralized financial incubator, will develop what is known to be as the DOGE-1 CubeSat. Cameras, sensors, and mirrors will be used to send the DOGE-1 into lunar orbit. Thanks to the backing of blockchain technology, the CubeSat, which will be launched in a deal with Musk's SpaceX Falcon X, will be given a new use case for cryptocurrencies. This is the first time that the popular meme coin, Dogecoin, has contributed to a space mission. Cointelegraph said that around 1,600 CubeSats have already been launched, but Doge-1 would be the first to fly over 250,000 kilometers. The mission is proceeding at the right pace, but no precise dates or headlines have been set yet. When contacted by news outlet Insider, SpaceX, Unizen, and ZenX, as well as intellectual property, manufacturing, and logistics corporation Geometric Energy Corp, were unavailable for comment. However, the firms informed Cointelegraph that Doge-1 could be the first CubeSat in history to reach the moon, marking a landmark breakthrough for global spaceflight. In a press announcement from back in May, Geometric Energy Corp revealed it had paid Elon Musk's space enterprise in Dogecoin to fund the mission. Cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology have swept the globe, with several uses being to store medical records, mortgage agreements, and bond payments, to name just a few. CoinGecko has announced that Dogecoin value has increased by more than 10,000% in the last year. So this can be attributed to the particular relationship between Musk and Dogecoin, with the SpaceX and Tesla CEOs' tweets frequently serving to boost the coin's value. In a very recent tweet, Musk revealed that he owns Dogecoin as well as Bitcoin and Ether. In a previous tweet in May, Musk had stated that the Dogecoin mission would take place in 2022. This is all very exciting, and many fans of Musk and SpaceX are greatly anticipating the space mission. Hopefully, we don't have to wait much longer until the mission goes ahead. Our fingers are crossed that it's early 2022, as Musk stated. SpaceX and NASA teaming up to move asteroid in space. NASA completed its flight readiness review for its double asteroid redirection test mission to bump an asteroid last week, and the spacecraft is currently encapsulated in SpaceX payload fairings at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, marking a critical milestone in the launch process. DART will be the first mission to put asteroid deflection technology to the test in hopes of averting a potentially dangerous asteroid from colliding with Earth. Over the course of 2 days, SpaceX personnel placed the sections of the fairing around the spacecraft. During the launch of the spacecraft, the payload fairing will act as a shield against the harsh environment of the atmosphere. The project will demonstrate that a spacecraft can autonomously navigate to a target asteroid and kinetically impact it, even though the target asteroid poses no threat to Earth. According to NASA, DART will collide with Didymos, a binary near-Earth asteroid, in late September 2022. The spacecraft will collide with Dimorphos, an orbiting moonlet, changing its orbital period around Didymos. Concerns about the launch. Beyond jokes about Elon Musk's villainy, space experts have legitimate ethical concerns about crashing a spacecraft into an asteroid, which would usher in a whole new relationship between humans and the solar system we live in, one in which we don't just float through it, but also exert influence on its orbital systems. Ellie Armstrong, an outer space geographer at the University of Delaware, says humans are like we can do anything in the solar system, even move stuff out of the way via space.com. The idea of being able to move, exploit, destroy, or transform natural capital like rocks and asteroids is essentially rooted in an imperial mindset that sees humans as being permitted to do anything they want. Critics also point to the lack of public engagement into the space mission, as well as the risk of the technology being misused, although this is unlikely. The exact same technology that may be used to transport anything can be used to weaponize something, says Valerie Olson, an anthropologist at the University University of California, Irvine, who has studied the Planetary Defense Group. Another point of contention is the space agency's priorities when it comes to resource distribution, with some arguing that the $330 million budget for the project would be better spent on more pressing, arguably extinction-level challenges like the climate catastrophe. I'm interested in what this says about what kind of problems America wants to be seen solving, or NASA wants to be seen solving. Armstrong continues, "You're literally moving a whole asteroid, and you're not making similar innovations in technology for very real problems." Many definitely don't agree with this decision, as it is extremely costly and arguably unnecessary. We have seen time and time again the American government focusing on issues other than environmental issues, which, considering the Earth's current climate and its rapid decline, should be at the forefront of concern. Two vice presidents depart from SpaceX, shaking things up for Musk. CNBC has recorded that the leadership of SpaceX's rocket division has been shaken up, as two vice presidents have left the company. Aided by its Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets, Elon Musk's space firm has risen to the top of the U.S. rocket industry. In addition, the corporation is funneling a lot of money into the development of its next-generation Starship rocket. According to various sources close to the matter, Will Helsley, who had been with the company since 2009, most recently as SpaceX's vice president of propulsion, has departed the firm. CNBC's source claims that Helsley was removed from the Raptor engine development team due to a lack of progress. SpaceX's Starship rocket and Super Heavy boosters are powered by Raptor engines. Given the engine's critical role in Starship's success, Helsley's resignation illustrates the enormous strain on its development. With Raptor, the business has successfully completed numerous test firings and flights, steadily developing the engine. Musk has stated that the Raptor's engine second version has big improvements in every way. In addition to Helsley's departure, both Lee Rosen, SpaceX's Vice President of Mission and Launch Operations, and Ricky Lim, SpaceX's Senior Director of Mission and Launch Operations, left last week. Rosen had been with SpaceX since 2013, Lim joining in 2008. CNBC reached out to SpaceX for comment on the leadership changes, but the company didn't respond. SpaceX has had a banner year, launching 25 Falcon 9 missions, transporting 12 passengers to orbit in Dragon capsules, growing its Starlink satellite internet service to roughly 140,000 consumers, and making work on Starship. Currently, we can't be certain why various individuals in high-up leadership roles have departed from SpaceX. There could be internal issues or disagreements that we doubt will be publicized. However, it's definitely unusual for multiple senior staff members to leave in such a short time span. SpaceX launches 53 new satellites into space. With the launch of approximately 53 Starlink satellites based out of Florida, SpaceX has expanded its constellation of low Earth orbit satellites. On Saturday morning, a Falcon 9 rocket launched from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, and the satellites were launched 16 minutes later. The rocket's reusable first stage successfully returned and landed on the Just Read the Instructions drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean after being used for many launches, including the first crewed test flight of SpaceX's Crew Dragon spacecraft. Starlink is a satellite-based global internet system that SpaceX has been developing for years in order to deliver internet connectivity to places of the world where there is currently insufficient coverage. SpaceX launched 4 astronauts to the International Space Station earlier this week, and in doing so, hit the milestone of the 600th person to reach space in 60 years. The mission from NASA's Kennedy Space Center took 21 hours to reach the gleaming outpost. When the astronauts first saw the space station from 32 kilometers away, they were emotional, describing it as a really amazing sight. Instead of the usual 7, 3 astronauts greeted the crew. That's because SpaceX brought 4 of them back on Monday after their replacement launches were repeatedly postponed. The new crew will spend the next 6 months in the space station, hosting 2 groups of tourists during that period. The first batch will be launched by Russia in December, and the second by SpaceX in February. So there you have it. That's everything you need to know about Elon Musk and why Dogecoin is funding the upcoming 2022 SpaceX mission to reach the moon. This is all very exciting, and we can't wait to see how it all plays out. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Have you been following SpaceX? Do you think that they'll actually reach the moon next year? Let us know. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new content. Thanks for watching.